Hey everybody, haven't done some ridiculous court scenes in a while, and I got to thinking, who do you think committed more felonies on The Office? Creed or Dwight? Let's find out. Oh, Dwight. No!
That's it for me.
Well, that got dark pretty quick. Yeah, we definitely have a crime that happened here.
Stop it. Get some help.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I had to look this one up, okay? Because I've never had to defend anybody for mutilation of a corpse. Thank goodness. Here in Arizona, Arizona Revised Statute 321364 does say it is unlawful for a person without authority of law as a normally required to store, prepare, disinfect, embalm a dead human body according to the standards of practice of the funeral industry to mutilate a dead human body. Now, do I have case law to say, yes, I know absolutely that shooting it several times with a shotgun at point blank range would be considered mutilation? No, thank goodness I didn't see any case law on that. But I can tell you, I am pretty sure that is going to fall within the definition of this statute. So, felony number 1 for Dwight, mutilating a corpse. Not supposed to do that, at least not in this state.
From the future. Dwight, at 8 a.m. today, someone poisons the coffee. Do not drink the coffee. More instructions will follow. Cordially, future Dwight.
No! You'll thank me later.
One of my favorite cold openings from this the whole series. Interestingly enough, you're going, okay, easy, right? But you already know the legal analysis. Dwight comes up, shoves Stanley, knocks a cup out of his hand. It's a misdemeanor assault.
God, please, no! No!
Probably not aggravated by anything. But did you know there's a possible defense here? Possible. Probably not going to work. But if you reasonably believe that you are actually assisting somebody, that you are actually protecting them from greater harm, then you can get a defense to a simple assault. Now, that defense is that if a reasonable person would believe that they are assisting the other person. Okay, it's going to be a really hard defense to convince a jury that a reasonable person would believe that they received a fax from themselves, from the future, saying that the coffee was poisoned. But if you could convince a jury of that, number one, maybe you're better at your job than I am at mine, because I'm not convincing a jury of that. That's crazy. But hey, if you can, good for you. You probably can defend Dwight in this action. Great. And of course, you're defending him from greater harm because he believes the coffee is poisoned. So he thinks he's actually defending Stanley's life. What? Hey, good for you, Dwight. You're crazy, but you're doing a good thing. Thanks, bud. Hey guys, quick pause for our sponsor for this episode. As usual, it's Hearts and Hands for Humanity. We're really grateful for their sponsorship, and they're just doing really great things over in East Africa. Your donation can help sponsor a well that will provide clean water for 2,000 to 3,000 people. I went on a trip there myself last year and saw the wells going in. They're doing great work for people that really need it, that are walking miles every day for clean water. So click the link, donate today. They'd really appreciate it.
Last week I gave a fire safety talk, and nobody paid any attention. It's my own fault for using PowerPoint. PowerPoint is boring. People learn in lots of different ways, but experience is the best teacher. Today, smoking is going to save lives. Does anyone smell anything smoky?
Did you bring your jerky in again?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Fire! Oh, fire! Oh my goodness! What's the procedure? What do we do, people?
The phones are dead.
Oh, how did that happen?
It's out in the hall.
No, we don't know that. The smoke could be coming through an air duct. Oh my god! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
Okay, as much as I love this scene and I really want to watch the whole thing, we've already seen, however many people are in here, you've got bare minimum reckless endangerment, 1 count per person.
Damn.
So you got felony counts there. You're endangering people if you essentially put them in a situation where they can, get any kind of harm. That's the simplest way to state it, okay? But you also have a possible arson charge. Now, it depends on the state, but when he actually lit that cigarette, threw it in the bucket, it's right up against the wall. Here in Arizona, you can get an arson charge without an actual burning. So if that bucket of fire is close enough to the wall to make the paint bubble, to leave soot on the wall, any type of damage caused by the fire itself, he can get an arson charge. Arson of an occupied structure here in Arizona is a felony too. So, and in addition, he probably could get aggravated assault charges for everybody here. Whole list of felonies popping up for Dwight here. So, I mean, so far he's beaten Creed. I mean, we know Creed does crazy stuff every episode, but Dwight's really racking him up in this one. Now, all of that is in addition to the fact, I'm a criminal defense attorney, so I always see the criminal element of it first, but talk about the civil side of it. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, literally doing things that cause people to freak out.
Everybody remain calm!
Okay, in the simplest terms. Can we say that he was literally trying to make people freak out? Yes, that was the whole purpose of his whole exercise was, hey, what are you going to do under stress? I'm going to give you some experience with the fire. So, intentional infliction of emotional distress, everybody in the office has a solid lawsuit against Dwight. If you're familiar with the episode, they all could probably sue each other 10 times an episode, but in this particular case, that's what they can sue Dwight for. I got it. Yeah, that gun's cocked. Okay, if you look super close there, I gotta pause there because I'm gonna say he is actually carrying a revolver with the hammer pulled all the way back. I've never known anybody to do that. I'm sure I'll get some 2A guys popping on here saying, no, I carry like that all the time. Okay, cool. I carry an autoloader, so I don't know. But anyway, he is carrying that revolver with the hammer all the way back in the, like hair trigger position. I'd never carry like that. If you draw, you can have a discharge. If you already know what's coming, yeah, maybe. So I would say maybe you could even get a reckless endangerment already. But let's see how the scene plays out.
Dwight, are you carrying a gun?
The holster was a gift from my great uncle Honk. I don't know. I guess he's saying that he's proud of me.
I believe it's a misdemeanor to have an uncle named Honk. I can't prove it, but it should be if it's not.
Dwight, no gun, okay? Don't make us call Joe.
Okay, all right, fine. Everyone calm down. Someone get me a banana.
Sorry I freaked you guys out.
Andy!
Ah! It's so loud!
Most people watching this are going to know, yeah, you can't have an accidental discharge. Statutes will vary from city to city and from, state to state. And carry laws, in addition to that, I don't know Pennsylvania's carry laws. I don't know if they're an open carry state or whatever. But almost everybody must know that you can't discharge a firearm inside city limits. Otherwise, you can get an accidental discharge. Here in Arizona, it can be charged 2 different ways. If you're charged under a municipal code, it'll be a misdemeanor. So if the police are feeling nice, they'll charge you under the municipal code. If you are charged under the state code, it's a felony. So you don't want to go get charged under the state code. Both of them are for accidental discharges, just discharging a firearm within city limits. So another felony for Dwight, but I'm going to say he also could get a reckless endangerment, maybe even an aggravated assault because of the spin that he did just before he had the discharge. So he doesn't just pull it out and say, okay, I'm going to put it away and go and put it away in some responsible fashion. No, because he's Dwight. No, he has to give it a spin, which actually causes the discharge. And probably at that point, there's a whole bunch of people in here, ends up pointing that barrel at somebody in there. So I'm going to say, yeah, you get another reckless endangerment. You probably could get an aggravated assault if it did in fact get pointed in somebody's general direction. Also, the fact that he's just handling it, you don't actually have to point a firearm at somebody to get an aggravated assault. Handling it in such a way that people can feel threatened, it's all right, can be an aggravated assault. So don't do that. I'm going to say most people know that you shouldn't handle a firearm like that in the office anyway, or in any office place, but definitely not in that exact pattern. So I think that might be felony like 32 for Dwight if we're going count by count.
It'll be a very good year. Very good. Jan is at home. Jim is back. My protege Ryan is at corporate. Good stuff. Andy and Dwight are rocking the sales team. I feel very blessed.
Painfully obvious that negligence, right? So a civil action by Meredith, but the interesting part is, who is it going to go against? Later in the episode, you know, if you've seen it, you know that Michael, when asked about what happened, he asked, did it happen on company property? And his response is yes, on company property with company property. So in other words, he's driving a company car, he's pulling into work. So Meredith probably could have a lawsuit against not just Michael, but also against Dunder Mifflin under the doctrine of respondeat superior, which just essentially means let the master answer. So in other words, if you're in the course of your regular job duties, then the company is going to be responsible and not just the individual. Now, Dunder Mifflin's defense there might be to say, well, no, he was just on his way to work. His responsibilities don't even start until he gets out of that car and goes into the office and actually starts managing the office. So yeah, it could go either way, but you might have Meredith actually filing a lawsuit against both of them and saying, well, you guys sort it out.
It's $63.50, and that's not including tip.
I'm not giving that to you.
Well, then you're not getting your pizzas.
No, you're not. No, you are not going anywhere. You're going to stay here until we figure this out.
What?
You know what? This young man needs to learn that that's not how you treat people. I don't care if it's pizza. Good business is about respect and accountability and follow through. You don't just make promises and pull the rug out from under somebody, do you? Dwight, please escort this young man into the conference room. Right now, get into the conference room.
I'm not going in there.
Yeah, you are. And you will come out when you decide to give me a discount on the pizza. Please, thank you.
Stupid.
Yo, you don't even know what stupid is. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
All right, so I know a lot of people, when they talk about this scene, they say, yeah, when Michael kidnapped the pizza kid. So, number one, Michael told the kid to go into the conference room, which he didn't have to do and shouldn't have done. He was standing right there by the exit. He should have picked up the pizzas and been like, nah, I'm out of here. Had a clear path to the exit. But he goes into the conference room, and I would say there's still an argument for no crime until the door actually closes and somebody stands in front of it.
Why you bullying me?
But that's not Michael. That's Dwight. Okay, not kidnapping. Here in Arizona, you actually have to move somebody for it to be kidnapping. You can get like wrongful imprisonment or confinement. So essentially, until he actually is standing in front of the door, blocking his only exit, probably no crime, and it's actually Dwight that does it at that point. You don't have to listen to somebody. Obviously, it's just Michael's just an average citizen. It's not like it's law enforcement giving a lawful order or something like that. It's just Michael flapping his jaw. So really the right answer there, if you happen to be a pizza delivery guy, the right answer is to say, nah, I'm gonna pick these pizzas up and walk out the door. Then if they use physical force, you got all kinds of crimes happening, but obviously don't listen to them.
Hey, Dwight. Stanley, one way or another, you are gonna come with me to make this sale.
Pass.
Hey, can you just let me out of here before whatever comes next?
Don't worry, it's just a bull tranquilizer. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a man pointing a bull tranquilizer at a coworker.
Dwight, you do not learn, do you? For a threat to be credible, you had...
Holy
No, you didn't. Sick of you and your...
It's all right. Andy approved it.
It's not all right. It's not all right. Andy can't approve 4 counts of felony, and I'm counting 4 because what I saw was first, he held it up and attempted to get Stanley to come on the sales call, which is an assault. He's pointing a weapon at him. I'm going to argue it's a deadly weapon. Bull tranquilizers on a human being, I'm guessing could be potentially deadly. And remember, it doesn't have to be a device designed to cause death. It has to be a potentially deadly device. So a cane could be a deadly device. In this case, bull tranquilizer gun.
They say it can puncture the skin of a rhino from 100.
He's pointing it right at him, trying to get him to comply, trying to get him to do things. That's an assault. Then he shoots him with 3 darts, which was interesting because where did the 3 come from? All of a sudden that dart gun became an autoloader? But okay, thanks Hollywood, whatever. So he shoots him 3 times. 3 counts of battery, right? In Arizona, our assault and our battery are actually the same statute, so we don't actually differentiate the threat or the actual touching is under the same law. So you basically got 4 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon there. Newbie in the background, the new kid is wanting to get out of there before whatever happens is about to happen. Good call. Don't want to be a part of that. Generally speaking, the law tends to, frown on aggravated assault with bull tranquilizers. Free legal advice: don't shoot people in the office place with bull tranquilizers. You're welcome.
And I'm also sorry that a lot of people here, for some reason, think it's funny to steal someone's personal property and hide it from them. Here's a little news flash. It's not funny. In fact, it's pretty freaking unfunny. Ow!
Okay. One of my favorite scenes from The Office of all time. Andy punches the wall. The first time. Let's all remember. It happened twice. But Andy punches the wall the first time. So, what do we have going on in that scene? Well, number one, you've obviously got criminal damage. The wall doesn't belong to Andy. He did just punch a hole in it. Misdemeanor criminal damage, depending on the state, criminal damage can be based on how much damage you did. I'm guessing most states this would just be a misdemeanor. But in addition to that, here in Arizona, the catch-all charge, when they go, you know what, let's just throw this on there. Disorderly conduct. If you disturbed anybody's peace, if you did an act with the intention of disturbing somebody's peace, it can be a disorderly conduct. It's going to be pretty hard to convince people, I punched the wall just because it seemed like the fun thing to do. I wasn't actually trying to disturb anybody. Not going to be a solid defense. And so everybody in the office at that point is an alleged victim. So you could end up with, 10, 12 counts of disorderly conduct. Probably going to be misdemeanor disorderly conduct, but it could still happen. Andy's going to anger management after this. If you've been a fan of the show, he comes back later on, gets maced. It's fun. But hey, we didn't do the Gets Maced episode. Oh well, that one will have to wait till next time. We'll check it out, and we'll see you then.